Okay, this one's about expansion tanks on boilers. I got a real simple boiler diagram right here that's showing an expansion tank on it. When you have water in a boiler system and you heat it, it takes up more space. So you're going to have some place for this water to expand to. And these expansion tanks, and these were older tanks put in probably in the 50s, somewhat earlier maybe. And they would trap air above the water on the top of the tank, and that would be the expansion area. It would expand into that tank and increase the pressure a little bit. Now I'm going to show how we deal with these tanks, and they do have to be bled every 2 to 5 years, and I'll show you how we do it. Okay, now this one shows an expansion tank with no water in it, like you had not charged the boiler with water yet. So once you decide to charge this thing, you will start putting water into it. That line to the boiler is going to start putting water into that tank, and it's going to trap air above it. Now these tanks usually get to about half full by the time the proper pressure is reached inside the boiler, and I'll show you that on the next one. Okay, this one is showing with the proper pressure in the boiler, and the water has filled the tank about half full, and generally half full is about where they end up if they're the right size expansion tank. And of course they have to be sized for the size of the system. So this will work for anywhere from 2 to 5 years, but eventually that air is going to be absorbed into the water, and then the water level rises. Okay, over time, this expansion tank is going to absorb the air into the water, so that's going to give a smaller and smaller space for expansion on top, and eventually it will turn hydraulic and it'll blow the pop-off valve. That's usually the indication that your expansion tank is waterlogged. So to get the water out of it, you need to shut off the water on that shut-off valve that's shown up there, open the drain valve, and let it run out. Now it's going to drain out pretty fast as long as there's pressure in it, but when it gets to a negative pressure, it's going to take quite a while. This could take half hour to 45 minutes for a big tank, because it's going to drain, and then air bubbles are going to go back up, and it's going to drain again. So don't expect all that water to just come right out of there. Give it some time and make sure that tank is completely empty before you decide to hook it back up and refill it. And that's how to drain the old style expansion tank on a boiler.